If you want an instant upgrade to your dating life and your professional life, plus your relationships with men, then you need to stop giving a fuck. And that's what this video is about. And I'm gonna go over 5 specific things that will happen in your relationships with women. Plus, stick around to the end and I'll go over some bonus tips, not only including what happens with your relationships with other men, but also the supplements that I take to help me not give a fuck in general. And the changes in my life that have happened when I've had this attitude have been absolutely crazy. And that's what you're gonna learn today. All right, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys and the women that want to understand them. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping videos every week. Woo! Okay, let's get into this video. So, many people care too much about what others think, and there's a fine line, right? Of course, in a professional setting, you have to care what people think and you have to do the right thing and you have to be professional and all these things. But for this video and this channel, we're talking about dating and relationships pretty much, right? So when you stop giving a fuck, especially when it comes to women, oh man, your whole dating experience and relationships will change like you would not believe. But getting to that point will not necessarily happen overnight. Why watching this video, and I appreciate you stopping by, is you're gonna learn some things, right? And you're gonna now be aware of maybe what you weren't aware of before. And in my case, what accelerated my learning was trauma, going through a divorce, being single for 5 years, and getting my ass kicked in the dating realm. Imagine being out of the dating game for basically 22 years. Now there's dating apps, now there's women have more choice and the catalog that they can look at for men than ever before. And a lot of men kind of fall into this drip, 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 drip with feminism hitting them in the forehead all the time of, on the one hand, we grow up to be respectful to women, which is always an amazing thing and a good thing. But on the other hand, we're told that, well, it's also, you should be a beta, you should be a doormat, and you should be submissive, when it's complete opposite of what women are actually attracted to. So at the end, I'm gonna reveal also some supplements that have helped me. So all that being said, going through the divorce, being single, getting my ass kicked for the first couple of years being single, plus supplements, all these things, eventually I'm like, you know what? I no longer give a fuck. So let's get into this. So this is what's going to happen, right? These 5 things I'm gonna mention when you stop giving a fuck. First of all is, when you stop giving a fuck when it comes to caring what women think, you can now be free to talk about your politics, your views, and dress the way you want to dress. Now, caution, right? You don't necessarily want to talk politics really much at all when it comes to dating and even in your relationships. Try to keep that to yourself. But if you were asked, this is what I mean, is imagine you're on date number 1, number 2, number 3, doesn't matter. And the woman asks you, so who would you vote for? Bam. When you don't give a fuck, you say who you're gonna go for or you're gonna vote for, and you don't care because there's options, right? You need to keep remembering that. Abundance, there's options. And if she's not into that because of the way you're gonna vote or whatever, then fine, bye, next, okay? This is what I'm talking about. This is one of the things in your mindset when you change your mindset and not giving a fuck anymore and caring what she thinks. If she's asking you about your politics or she says, oh, do you hunt? And you like hunting, you don't be afraid to answer. Say, yeah, because at the end of the day, if she's not into hunters and she doesn't like you because she's not into hunters, who cares? Next is my point, okay? Number 2 is you stop commenting on women's social media. Oh man, this is a massive, massive one. I see so many pathetic, thirsty men on social media and they're commenting on a photo that they see of a woman. It doesn't matter where, or an AI video or a video, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, doesn't matter. And all I see is comments. If you don't believe me, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, go to TikTok and look at some video of a woman, right? And let's say she's at least average looking, and go look at the comments. You will see thousands of comments, and all the comments are the same. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh hey, I'm in the same city as you. It's so pathetic. But when you eventually have this attitude of you don't give a fuck, you don't want to waste your time, okay? You don't want to waste your time commenting on women's profiles when you don't have any choice. You don't have any chance with her anyways, man, okay? Like, many men as a little side note, punch way above their weight class. There's only one way you can punch way above your weight class, and as if you got that, if you got the cash, okay? Because you can pay for it. But if you look like shit, right? You don't have any cash, there's no damn way you're getting this hot Ukrainian girl or whatever it is, Colombian, doesn't matter, and you think you by sending her messages and stuff that she's going to be into you. Okay, she's into you maybe for a green card, or maybe to ask this for you to send her money and this shit. So that's what happens when you stop giving a fuck. You stop commenting on women's social media and their photos and everything because you don't care anymore, okay? And number 3, this is also huge. You stop looking at them. And you might be thinking, Silver Bachelor, what do you mean, man? There's beautiful women all over the place, and of course I'm gonna look at them. No. Look, there's so many times that you're going to see a beautiful woman walk by you, sit beside you, whatever. And most importantly, if you're on a date or you're in a relationship, you're with someone, but even then, or you're not, you're let's say you're dating someone or you're married and there's a woman walking by or sitting near you, this is what I'm talking about, is that when you stop giving a fuck, you don't need to look at them because you're like, I don't care, right? And if you are looking at them, other women are going to notice, especially the woman that you're with in a relationship, and you're going to be in the doghouse, seriously. But in general, I've had so many experiences where I was not dating someone at the time, and I was sitting at a restaurant bar, and a woman sitting beside me, and I could see who's sitting beside me, left or right, and I do not engage because I don't give a fuck. And eventually, maybe I'll engage, but by just holding off for a few seconds, the power that eventually you have of yourself, right, is huge. And when you have this attitude that you don't care, that you're not impressed by beauty anymore, that's the point I'm trying to make, okay? Because most guys, their jaw drops, they're drooling, and they keep staring, and it's creepy to women. They're walking into, no matter where it is, a construction site, mall, doesn't matter, and men are turning around, and they know they're looking, right? But when you can decide, no, I'm not looking, there's so much power behind that. Number 4 is surprise, surprise, but when you don't give a fuck and you have this attitude, women actually are more attracted to you, okay? And they're like, who the heck is this guy? This guy's not even looking at me. He's not giving me any attention. What the hell? And so that is a side benefit of not giving a fuck. Number 5 is another surprise, is that more women will ultimately want to sleep with you because you are giving off this aura, this energy, you don't give a fuck. And to them, in their mind, they're like, well, he must have options. He must have an abundance of options and not give a fuck and not really give me the attention that all these other guys are giving me. Because at the end of the day, that's the only reason why men are giving a lot of attention to a woman, is because they ultimately don't have options. And when a man has a lot of options, he doesn't need to give attention to women, pretty much, right? Because he knows, well, there's options. Okay, so cautionary tale though. This is the thing before I get into the bonus tips. So caution. When you don't give a fuck, and especially when you're having conversations on dates, is there are women that will hate you. And there are women that will either hate you in the moment or they'll hate you online, okay? And I know all about this because I have the YouTube channel and I've been on lots of dates, hundreds of dates in fact. But here's the thing. They will respect you. They will go, this guy is different. This guy speaks his mind. He beats to his own drum. He doesn't give a fuck, right? And ultimately, they'll be like, okay, this guy's different. And I appreciate the fact he's different, and he's not just gonna fall in line like all these other guys. He's not gonna say yes to everything I say, and he's not gonna cower like a little bitch whenever I say, oh, you're a misogynist, oh, you're transphobic, or you're biphobic, whatever it is. Man, I've received every insult under the sun when it comes to women online and even on dates or in communication. If I've said, oh, you're not feeling a connection, you have no idea the insults I've had coming at me, right? And eventually that is one thing that's helped me not give a fuck, because I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care what you think, okay? Because I know I have options. And even, by the way, even if you don't have options, when you have that mindset, more things will come to you. Law of attraction. All right, so bonus tips. Thanks for sticking around this long. Bonus tips is when you have this I don't give a fuck attitude, you will be surprised at how many more men respect you, okay? Because you start to have this energy. You have this masculine energy, and that is one thing that men respect. Not in an arrogant way, but you have this kind of quiet, masculine energy, and men can feel it, and men respect men that are masculine and that don't have this weak attitude and have this I don't give a fuck kind of aura about them, okay? And number two, in terms of a bonus tip, is it's easier to get promotions and manage people. And you might be thinking, what the hell? For real, Silver Bachelor? Yes, I manage people. I have had many promotions in my career. And what happens is you make more decisions based on logic and not emotions, right? I have colleagues that work for me, and sometimes they mess up. And I have to talk to them about that in a respectful and a nice way. But I don't care how they're going to feel about it. I need to bring this up to them because they made a mistake, they did something wrong. I'm going to be professional in how I approach them and have that conversation, but I'm not going to be afraid to have that conversation with them because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck how they feel, right? This is a job. We're here to play on a team and things. So it'll help you get more promotions and manage people. And last but not least, what has helped me is some supplements. And I'm not talking about prescription supplements. I'm talking about supplements you can buy on Amazon. And so to my surprise, these supplements have been absolutely amazing. And no particular, there's three specifically that are my favorite. And one is beef testicles. Yes, powdered form, literal beef testicles. I'm big on nootropics as well, which I'll talk about in a second. And the beef testicles, you know what got me on those was I was looking for something to help boost my testosterone naturally. And what got me was seeing reviews on Amazon of women that have said that the beef testicles have increased their sex drive. Not that I was looking to increase my sex drive, but I'm thinking, well, there's a very strong correlation between testosterone and sex drive. So I'm gonna give this a shot. And oh yeah, for me anyway, personally, straight up, beef testicles work amazing as one of the supplements I take. Next is beef brain. I take literal powdered form beef brain to help with nootropics, to help with my memory, my mood, and just my overall focus. And because I was looking for some nootropics to help me with that, and so same company, I decided to go with beef brain for that. And then last but not least is DIM. I can't remember the scientific word, or all the words that DIM represents. Wait, give me 1 second. DIM supplement. I just want to give you the actual scientific word quick. Supplement is, the name of it is diindolylmethane. Okay, I'm butchering the name of this thing, but diindolylmethane. So just search DIM and you'll see what I'm talking about. So what DIM is essentially is it blocks estrogen. So a lot of men suffer from too much estrogen. And what it does is when you have excess testosterone, I might be getting some of this wrong, but hey, forgive me. I'm not a nutritionist and not a doctor. I'm just I know what works, okay? So I take DIM and it blocks some of the estrogen. So when you have too much testosterone, it takes that extra testosterone and starts converting it into estrogen, if I've got that right. So basically what this does is it stops that conversion process, so lowers the amount of estrogen that's being converted over from testosterone. And oh yeah, I've felt it. I wouldn't suggest this stack for men that have some struggles with aggression. I'm not an aggressive man, but I definitely have felt my aggressive levels increase with this, but in a good way. And as I mentioned, it's helped me not give a fuck about a lot of things in my life. So hope you like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.